Hi everyone, this is Homemade with Love by Loretta and Blaine. I'm Loretta. Blaine may pop in here for just a few minutes, but we just got home from a very busy day of appointments, and she's got to get me interested into a movie or something so that she won't come in here to my room. Hey Kathleen. Actually, Mia had speech therapy today, and then Blaine and I had to go to the doctor. Hey Sandra. Hey sweet tea. We had to go to the doctor. I'm having issues with my throat hurting when I swallow, and my ears hurting, and that postnasal drip crud. Yes, how is your dad? We have really been praying for him. I hope that you're doing better and that your dad's doing better. Blaine and I do not have any fever. And of course, y'all can't catch it anyway, but we're in it was called early enough. So we're getting antibiotics. We're in the early stages of strep throat, which Lamia had, I think it was 2 weeks ago. And then she had all those whips on her because she was allergic to the medication. Hey, Kathy. Anyway, um, and I had a small episode in a seizure episode, whatever they want to call it, in the doctor's office in the lobby. So that kind of freaked a few people out, but it wasn't so severe. My face and body didn't contort. It just scared some people to see me in that situation. So they got me to the back. Well, they were about to call me back anyway. So anyway, yes, Kathleen, we have all been praying for your dad. You spoke with him. He's going home. That's awesome. Loaded with meds, we understand. And to watch him closely. My mom went through that with pulmonary embolisms. Hi, Kim. You finally caught me live. That just got here. Um, yeah, we understand, Kathleen, about he'll have to be treated for months. Yep. Yes. Praise the Lord. Yes. Awesome. Blaine's trying to get the kids settled with some hot cocoa, and well, it'll be warm for them. Marshmallows and a movie. So hopefully she'll be in here in a few minutes to say hello to everybody. She has to sneak in here because you know that her little mini me wants to be with her every moment. Yeah, you did. You caught me live. Kim, I gotta tell you, I don't know what you do with your hair, but it is so beautiful. I have no wave except like this. Your hair is so beautiful. It just curls and it's just so beautiful. Hello, Jenny. Hey, Enid. You just had potato soup. We are going to have the leftovers, Sandra, of zuppa toscana that Blaine and I and Jordan helped to make yesterday, which is a soup that is made at Olive Garden. And she looked it up and learned how to make it. And I think the more she makes it, the better she gets. And the ingredients are really expensive, but we were at Kroger on Sunday, and everything that she needed was on sale. So we were like, hey, if it's on sale and we can eat it for a few days, eat off of, for a few days. Please friend you? Well, I am your friend. I don't know what you mean by friend you. Let me see. What happens if I click on your name? Wait, let me see. On my phone. What do you mean if I friend you? Yeah, Blaine made tater soup. one day last week with it had green onion. I don't know what all seasoning she used. It had cheese. Oh, we can't type that anymore? That's crazy. Llamas. That's right, Chris. We're all llamas here. Full of fiber. I haven't had a very, very fibery day. I love soups, especially in the wintertime. I love soups. Anything warm. It's actually cold because we just got home. And we've got ice on our porch. I told y'all whoever had the ice and the snow to keep it away from here. Oh, Kim, I love baked potatoes too. And my middle daughter, she makes loaded baked potatoes. And she makes loaded baked potato soup. Oh, Chris got 10.9 inches of snow. I'm glad we didn't. Yeah, the rules are getting hard, T. No, Kathleen, I don't know why that live stream was comments were disabled on that live stream. I don't know. I've not got anything back from them. I did, report that to them, ask them. My daughter's 18, and that would be legal age in a lot of states. That sounds good. Hamburger and shells and cheese. I love shells and cheese. Yeah, y'all barely got cool air. We want to be in the warm air. No snow in England, thank goodness, but it's cold. Yeah, right now it hits like 30 degrees here. It got down to, I think, 27 last night, and we had a lot of sleet after we had that rain. Some of y'all were on the live stream with me. We had that rain, and the acorns were hitting the top of the trailer. When I got off the live stream, because my lights were blinking and I had a lot to do last night, the sleet came. Oh, Sandra, that is so sweet. I hope you have the new address. Let me put it in there.
Joe, your cocoa's on the table.
You can't even type in the SUB word. Here she is, y'all. The lady that everybody's been missing.
Don't know why.
You don't know why? Because you're special.
I'm not that great.
We're sitting here on my bed. Have I ever shown y'all my blanket that Blaine made for me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. I sleep with it on top of my double-sided, feels like velvet. And that's the reason she did the colors that she did. This, I know you can't tell it on there, but it's kind of like a sky blue.
I'm in here. I would sit down if she'd stop moving the blanket.
I'm showing them my beautiful blankets. I started.
Sorry, y'all. I'm eating for the first time today, so I'm hungry.
I'm gonna eat in just a little bit.
This is my breakfast, lunch, and supper all together.
Oh, it looks so good.
It tastes so good too.
What I came on here to clarify was that some of you probably saw our post on Facebook. Teresa said, "Hi, Blaine."
Hello.
Teresa, do not worry about it. That is okay. She's got everything she needs, and she loves y'all. I'm just sorry that we can't put her back on here to see y'all, because I think that I think something went wrong, because she looks so young. Who is Richard L?
One of our viewers.
Okay. We're not buffering here, Richard. I don't know where you are, but it could be buffering where you are. Everybody is getting bad weather. See, Kim said it's because they love you.
Yeah, okay.
The live comments are there on that video. Well, thank you, Richard, for rejoining. Chris, the only way that I could find anything was in my notifications that there were people speaking to me after the live stream had stopped. But when I tried to go to that live stream, it said that comments were disabled. So
yeah,
you
Richard's
can.
in France.
Oh, that's right, from France. I remember now. Oh, Kathleen, that's fine. All right, Chris. We'll see you in a few minutes. Yes, Richard, I remember seeing you now. Kathleen said, hey, little britches.
Hello.
I remember you now. I apologize. Thank you. Thank you very much. Blaine's usually eating on one of our videos or live streams.
I'm hungry.
But that's okay. That's okay. We've had a very busy day today. And she has not eaten anything all day. Oh, Kathleen, that's funny. We still haven't got a chance to have her party yet. We'll probably do that hopefully next weekend. And I was gonna try to take some pictures for y'all, but I think the only thing I can do is probably take pictures and put it on our Facebook. But see, Chris, on my other live streams, it's not like that. You can go in there and keep viewing. You know, people can keep making remarks on that for a certain while, and you can keep viewing it. But I mean, immediately as soon as that one went up, you couldn't see anything from there. And I got a message from YT that said that either I had disabled comments or that there was a minor on there. And I knew that I hadn't disabled comments. That's okay, Richard. We knew what you meant. That's the only thing I think, Chris, is that they think she is, or maybe that's something that she showed that she got.
I can't share this with you because you're not here. If you were here, though, I still have like a big, giant bowl.
She just got back from the dentist, which Blaine is supposed to go next week for a root canal.
Monday, I'm getting a root canal.
Yeah, Monday. I'm supposed to go to Jackson Friday. That's going to be a trip. I regret. Hi, Diana.
This soup is really good, but it's actually hurting my jaw right now because the heat from it is affecting that tooth that I'm having a root canal on.
That's wonderful, Kathleen.
So it's like bittersweet. My mouth hurts, but it tastes so good.
Yeah.
Hey, Diana.
Richard's to the dentist. Yeah, his favorite. I really don't care for any doctor.
You on your way?
You on your way?
I still got plenty left, and it's so good.
And I made cornbread the other night, so that is it's better with it.
This is my favorite soup, and when my stuff goes on sale for it, I make it, and then I've actually had somebody ask me to make
bless
it.
Bless your heart.
To a Christmas party.
That explains why you're hungry. She had 2 root canals today.
Ooh.
That makes you hungry when you can't eat.
Yeah. I've got to have one on the 18th, and I may have to have another one later.
Thank you, Jenny. I do feel better a lot. I did have a small episode in the doctor's office today. We don't know what's going on with the medications. I'm hoping when I go to University Hospital that we will get better answers. I dread this 3 to 5 day stay. We don't know how many days it's going to be. They said it's usually a minimum of 3, maximum of 5 to get the information they need to have the probes on your head 24 hours a day. I dread that appointment, but I'm going, y'all. Yeah, it's the idea of knowing that you can't eat. Like for me, when I have a day of fasting, to go for that, for my sugar, my diabetic test, you have to fast, nothing to eat or drink after midnight. And then, hey, Lucy. And then when you're fasting, they want to get you in the doctor at like 10 or 11. I'm like, no, you better get me in when you do open the doors, because I at least have to have something to drink. Kathleen, drive her little green bean. Thank you, Diana. Thank you so much. Sandra, they do. They drive me crazy. And that, they have to part your hair and glue it, and part your hair and glue it, and part your hair and glue it. And I think there's like 39 probes or something like that. There's a bunch. And then there's nothing you can do. You can't, if it starts to itch, you can't scratch. You can't remove it and put it back on. There's nothing you can do until it's over. Because you got your belly full now.
Yeah, I'm ready to sleep now.
And then when it's over, you can get a shower and scrub your head, but it still takes 2 or 3 days to get all that glue. It's glue. I mean, it's, not glue that we use for crafts, but it's still glue that goes on your scalp. Yes, I do too, Teresa. It takes me 2 or 3 days to get it out of my scalp and be like pulling it down my hair and, trying to get it out. But the best thing is for a very warm shower. And if you could get in the shower right after and rub each spot, that would help. But you can't see all the spots. Well, Kathleen, that's locally, that's how it was for me. On the one I had in Tupelo, what was it, last week before last? I think it was week before last, but the one in Jackson is going to be way different. It's going to be, sometimes it's going to be dark and quiet. Sometimes it's going to be lit up and loud. Sometimes they're going to want me to go on about my day of, sit and crochet or whatever I usually do. Sometimes they're going to want me to sit quietly. Sometimes they're going to want me to sleep, and it could be daytime or nighttime. It's going to be weird. And I don't know if they're going to take me off medications to do that or keep me on medications. That's a question that we have when we're going to go Friday for the consultation. I'll let y'all know when I'll be going for testing and what the consultation brings out, because we have a lot of questions about the medication.
No, Richard, it's not. It's not alien abduction. They're talking about these little wires they glue in your hair to do a test on your brain.
Yeah, to test your brain to find out.
They're called little probes. They're little tiny things they put on your head.
And they're hooked. It does look like something out of an alien movie, but it is to run tests on your brain. And it's going to be, the reason I'm going to university is because where we live locally, they only have 2 machines. And they can't keep you on there 24 hours a day. They can do 20 to 30 minutes.
Hello.
Hi, Arby. So at university, they can keep them on there 24 hours a day, up to 5 days is what they need. Somewhere between 3 and 5 days is how long I'll be testing. No, there won't be little pins sticking in my head. It will be little flat probes used with little glue stuck onto they'll have to part your hair, and then they have to clean your scalp with alcohol pad and then dry it. They just kind of wave it and let it dry. Then they put the little glue and the little probe on there, and they have 39 spots on your scalp to do it. And it's really icky. Hello, Catherine. Yeah, they're sensors, Jenny. That's what they are.
Everybody thumbs up if you like us.
Oh, my goodness, Kathleen. I couldn't imagine if they were pins that they were sticking in my head. No. No way. I wouldn't allow them to stick something in my head, but to do that thing on my head, we're hoping to get answers. Because I don't want to be on that medication. I want myself back. I want my memory back.
So are we talking about the Facebook post?
Well,
I
I came here to talk to y'all about the Facebook post that some of you might have seen. We went live. That's what my phone said. Y'all know that a while back I had gotten rid of some of my yarn for financial reasons, and I don't have as near as much as I did have, and I've been on a yarn ban. I have not went out and bought lots and lots of yarn. Y'all have seen like maybe we have bought like Blaine bought me this one that was on clearance. We have not been out shopping. So, and I've been using up my yarn for donations. But Blaine is willing to get rid of more of her yarn also. And we cannot, there is a insurance that pays for you to ride to medical places and stuff that are long distance. But my insurance does not cover that. So we have to do it on our own. And we're going to have 2 trips down there because, like I said, the first one, which is Friday, is consultation. And then they'll tell us when the second one's going to be. And we don't know if it's going to be in November, with it being that late in the month and it being really important, or if they may go ahead and schedule it further out into December. And my neuro has told me that without this testing and without, now, many doctors have witnessed what's going on. But until they get it on paper where they can turn it into the insurance, she is going to have to cut off my medication the end of November. So we're hoping, if I'm scheduled for December, that what she prescribes in November will run over into December until we get some answers, if that makes sense. Okay. And you know that we've been buying these medications out of our own pocket, and things have been getting a little worse with fuel and things. Everybody's got it bad. I'm not saying that we're worse than anybody else. Everybody's got it bad. But Blaine is willing to pack some good boxes of her yarn to D-Stash because she has a lot of yarn that she has not gotten into to get to use yet. And at the flat rate shipping of $19.95 is the large size is what she does. Unless people cannot do it, then she will do mediums, which is $14.95. And she puts as much in there as she can. And she's like me. She charges what she paid for the yarn. So she's not making any money. She's only getting her money back for what she had in the yarn. Although when we were doing it before, we didn't even think about adding taxes. So we actually messed ourselves up. But that was okay because in the end, everything came out okay.
Jeannie, the silent seizure started in her last year, and then the other ones just came up this year out of nowhere. So yeah, it just kind of randomly started.
Right. I was in my doctor's office, actually in a room to be seen when it started. He spoke to me for a moment and he said, what did he say he was going to do?
Go to get your breathing treatment.
Yeah. He was going to tell the nurse to bring me a breathing treatment because I was having trouble breathing. And I was getting agitated because I have a feeling and I have a taste in the back of my throat when something is going to happen. And I can tell Blaine I don't feel good. And she knows that something is going to happen and you don't have any idea if it's going to be minor, medium, or if it's going to be full-blown large. So I was trying to tell him, and I had that feeling, and I told Blaine. He walked out of the room, and I was like, I need to talk to him. And she said he'll be back. He's going to get someone to bring your breathing treatment, because I was sitting up like this, and I was having trouble breathing, really hard, and I was trying to get my breath. So he was more concerned about me getting my breath. He didn't know what was going on. So I asked Blaine to lay me backwards because I felt like I was going to fall. And y'all know how these little tables are in a doctor's office. So she laid me down in that, and I went into a silent seizure. So she went to get the doctor. He came in. He checked my eyes. They were fixed and dilated. He said that he told Blaine that I was in a seizure. And then I went into what they consider a grand mal seizure. And he thought that Blaine had been telling him this. And she's like, no, this is not something we've experienced. The silent stare is what we've experienced, where she just like is paralyzed and cannot speak, and her eyes are fixed and dilated. And then she'll go to sleep and snore with her eyes wide open, which is kind of creepy. But what's happening now, and they were holding me to keep me from falling off the table, she told him had never happened. So that's when that began in his office. About, I guess it has been 3 months or more now. I mean, if y'all watch our videos, it's been a while. I think it started maybe in August. And when I started feeling better, I wanted to do Vlogtober. And y'all know I tried really hard. Blaine helped me out with the Vlogtober to help me get through it. So our situation now is we do have to make 2 trips to Jackson without any assistance from the insurance and our light bill. So that's why Blaine is willing to do that, willing to do the destash. And I told her, I'll destash more of mine. I will get rid of all of mine if it means keeping my utilities on for my family and trying to get some help on what's going on.
Hi, Handmade Designs.
So that's what this was about. Is if you did see our post on Facebook, some people are taking it wrong. Some people do take it wrong, and some people misunderstand. Blaine and I never asked for anybody to pay anything for us.
Hey, Rowan.
But if someone can help and they want to, that is completely up to them. There is never any hard feelings if they can't. There is always appreciation if they can. I don't know how long we'll be able to keep this channel going, because honestly, so much has happened recently. And the rate that I crochet and donate, I will run out of yarn. But that's beside the point. If nobody wants to help with this, that's fine. We're trying other ways to do what we need to do. We are just in a tough spot. This is hard. I'm concerned about being taken off of my medication, but I also want to trust the Lord that He's going to heal me of this. But I really don't know what to do in the meantime. And the doctors keep telling me, go to this specialist, have this test that I'm afraid of. And it's a very long drive, y'all. We have to be there 8:20 in the morning, which means we have to leave
by about 3:30.
By about 3:30 in the morning, which means Blaine will be driving in the dark.
Because we have to account for pit stops and gas stops.
And she has to account for, if anything happens to me, she has to pull over. And if she can't handle it, she will have to call 911. And I don't want to be taken to a hospital between here and Jackson, because then I'll miss my appointment in Jackson. I want her to try to get me down there. But it's also kind of a blessing that the insurance does not pay for somebody else to do that, because I told Blaine, if we rode with somebody else and I went into a seizure, by law, they have to call 911. They would not be able to let Blaine administer medication to me and to try to calm me and to take care of me in their vehicle. By law, they would have to call 911. And I would end up, I could end up in a hospital between here and Jackson.
People are talking to you. There, you can see better.
Let's see. Denny, I am. One of my daughters is even worried about it, and I've told her, don't worry about it. That, the Lord's going to work this out for me. Lucy, a GoFundMe page. We tried doing that for Jordan when we were in desperate need for Jordan. That really did not help a lot. It did help some, but Chris, we don't have a caseworker, except for a caseworker that we have at the hospital, where I was mistreated at the hospital, and my oldest daughter and Blaine requested someone to be on my behalf of the way that I was being treated. That's why we don't like our local hospital. Sandra, it does stink. The reason that they don't want to pay is it's a Medicaid issue. I'm on Medicaid and Medicare, and my check is disability. That is something that I worked for, and some people draw SSI, which means they've not been able to work. I'm not going to show any difference between who can work and who can't because that's not my business. Nobody knows what somebody else's disabilities are. But since mine is disability and not SSI, they will not allow me to ride what they call the Medicaid bus. Chris, around us, there are no churches or groups that will help. We have tried through churches and groups to get help with situations with Jordan for years. And now that she's finally 18 and stuff, they really don't want to help. But even when she was younger, there are people all over the place doing benefits for people all over the place. And I used to do benefits myself, like for cancer patients. But hello, Maritza. We've exhausted all the help that we know. We have spoken with family. My mom just had surgery. My brother's about to have surgery on his knee tomorrow. My son-in-law has had 2 surgeries on his knee and is off work. When that heals, he's got to have hip replacement, so he will be out. He's not even going to be able to go back to work until next year. He's already been off work several months, and he hates that. So, I mean, we've exhausted everything that we have. I've even sold my jewelry. We've sold off furniture. We've sold off, pieces of furniture like beautiful mirrors, and we've sold off everything that we know. If anybody's wanted on Marketplace, on yard sales, on letting people that we know come to our house, and they'll say, like, well, that's a beautiful mirror, and I'm like, okay, well, that is on our list for sale. So, and we've only kept the bare minimum, except we didn't let go of any of our yarn until that was the last resort. So y'all see how important it is to me to donate to other people rather than keep my jewelry. And my jewelry was, absolutely beautiful. I had beautiful rings and earrings, beautiful rings. And I don't know if you might have seen me wear them in some of the earlier videos when we first started. But you see, I had one that I wore here. I had one that I wore here. And they were beautiful and expensive. And I let them go for, less than half the price of their worth. We've just exhausted everything that we know to do. We're just at that point. We don't want to give up our channel, but we're running out of yarn too. So the only thing we can do is pray and ask y'all to pray for us and with us, because even Kathleen can let you know with all the surgeries and everything she's been through, and I'm sure all of y'all have been through something that it could be medically that just drains you financially. And that's what's happened in this situation. Is it's been medical has drained us financially to the point that we just don't know what else to do. So with that being said,
Diana, that would actually be a great idea, except for in Mississippi, there's not really, that's the reason we can't sell things. We've tried selling blankets, hats, scarves, and even in the cold weather, people in Mississippi just don't really buy that stuff.
Right.
The thing we've sold most of was my amigurumi animals because people will buy them.
And she's only
for children and stuff.
2 or 3, haven't you?
We've never been able to sell blankets or anything because people don't really need them around here. Our winter's not long enough to do really warm stuff.
Mississippi is very poor, and yeah, like she said, our winter is usually not long, and it hasn't been as cold lately as like it has been in the last 2 or 3 days. In the last few years, we've not had really cold winters.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and people don't want to pay
People just don't want to pay.
They don't even want to pay you what you paid for the yarn
Mm-mm.
for a blanket.
No, they want to like get electric blankets in town and extra comforters and things like that, and of course get natural gas instead of electric heat, so that if your lights do go out, you still have heat.
Yeah.
Our heat is central, so it is powered by our lights and our propane.
Mm-hmm.
We did get help with the propane. We've got the voucher to drop off at the place tomorrow. We didn't make it there today because of getting out of the doctor's office at 15 minutes before the other place closed. So Blaine can run that up the road. It's like 3 miles up the road.
Yeah.
That voucher for the propane that we can get. But that doesn't help. Our only utility bill that we've not been able to cover right now is our lights. And we have until the 20th. I don't want to sound overly concerned because I do trust the Lord. I know that He'll work it out for us.
And y'all know we don't always have problems like this. We were having fine making ends meet month to month until now. And now that we got broken down so far, we're trying to just catch up.
Yeah.
If we could just catch up again and get back to where we were, then we'd be doing all right.
We went through the situation of having to trade the car for the van in order to make room for Jordan's wheelchair, and we're so thankful that the insurance paid for most of the wheelchair, and the company that built the wheelchair, when the insurance did not pay all of it, the company donated. How much did the insurance pay?
$28,000
out of 32,000 and some odd dollars. It was a little over $32,000.
Diana, we could do that if you want to.
They paid 28 and probably a few hundred. I'm not sure. But then the company that made it paid the rest.
Mm-hmm.
They just, well, I guess you could say just
the rest.
Yeah, I guess I was going to say, you know how people say you just eat it on the end of it.
That's what they said. They said we eat it.
Yeah,
you know,
I was like,
left.
I was like, well, how much do we owe? And he said nothing. And I said, but you just said that the insurance did not pay the whole amount. He said we just ate it. So I mean, and even like Jordan's retainers, Denny gets on me about peeling onions on here, y'all. But like Jordan's retainers that she just had to have a new one made last month. I asked how much did we owe, or was the insurance going to cover it? And she said, we got it. And Jordan grinds her teeth in her sleep. So I said, you know, this may happen within another year because this is the second time it's happened. And she said, and I said, also she'll be 18, so her insurance will change. And she said, we got it. I said, I don't understand. I'm concerned. You know, do we need to go to the dentist, and is there a certain kind of bite guard or something that we can buy to help her? She said, you're not understanding. And she just leaned over really nice. And she said, we got this. If it happens again, call us and bring her back. We got this. So I left there crying too, because I'm a big crybaby. And I was so thankful that they're willing to do that for Jordan. That normally on the insurance cost $150.
Yeah, said your onions are bugging her in Massachusetts. That's some strong onions.
I'm sorry
to stretch that far. She was asking, could we just get together with some other people on Zoom and talk and see if we can figure anything out, or well, also not or, but also we're all going to pray about it. And the Lord, we know the Lord will fly.
We know.
But we're also trying to do our part of, you know, we're willing to give stuff up. Like
right.
The yarn, we're willing to sell the yarn.
Right. I'm willing
for these reasons.
Right.
I'm because, willing to if we get back on our feet, we can always buy more yarn. There's more yarn out there. We don't have to have all of it.
That's why I told y'all, I was honest with y'all. We did not get to go to the big clearance sales that they had this year. And that was okay because we had a good stash of yarn. And then I said that we put ourselves on a self-imposed yarn ban until at least after January, because I thought, well, after January, everything's going to slow down. The only thing that I've done for my grandchildren for Christmas is I got Blaine to take me to Walmart, and I put myself on a budget, and I put one thing for each child on layaway for Christmas. And I put myself on a budget, a very low budget, because I don't think that they need a whole lot of things when they're going to have things from different grandparents and aunts and uncles and their own parents. And you also don't want to teach them to be covetous by having too much. So I told my children, I called them and asked them, are you okay with this? I'm only going to do one thing per child. And I feel like that's all I can do because of situations going on in our lives. And Walmart had shut down Laleway for a couple of years in our town, but they started it back up. So I put myself on a budget for Blaine and I to do this together. Mm-hmm. She's not getting them a gift and me getting them a gift. We're getting them a gift together for all my grandchildren.
Like for me, and she's only going to get like maybe 3 gifts from me, and that's I'm having to buy it over a few months' time.
Right. And Jordan's getting 2, which is fine because, like I said, they don't need a lot of things to make them more covetous, make them want more things. They have plenty. When you have a roof and you have food, you have heat, you have air, you have running water, you have inside plumbing, and all these wonderful things that are blessings. All the other is just a bonus.
Yeah. Right now we're blessed just because it's 30 degrees and our house is warm.
So,
Chris Bragg said, call them.
Okay, I'll try that. Can you get my medicine out of my purse? I can't remember if I took one today. Did I take it this morning or not?
You took it, I think, while we were out.
I don't know.
Mine says needed.
I don't think I did. Did I?
I don't know.
Excuse me, y'all. I hate taking medicines, but I also don't want anything happening. My doctor, my family doctor, does think that it is a little bit of overstimulation of the brain. And
stress.
Inside that office today was very stressful. It was very loud.
I'll be right back.
He was, getting behind seeing people because there were so many. There's so many people right now that are so sick with strep throat and colds. And I don't like saying the F word, FLU. That is just everywhere. And I don't want the shot. I refuse to take the shot. The last time that Jordan and I took it, we got very sick, which has been about 3 years ago. Excuse me one second. Also, I don't want to have a seizure, on camera. Not only, well, I am afraid, I've always told Blaine, I'm afraid of it frightening someone, but I'm also embarrassed. I told y'all on the live stream yesterday, it was kind of funny, but it's not funny. It's not. Anybody that has seizures, it's not funny. I feel for you because it's painful, physically and mentally. So, and I think I freaked some people out in Walmart parking lot one day. I think I told you all about that yesterday because you can't control what your body's going to do. Excuse me one second. And I had mentioned on here I think it was a live stream recently about paying it forward. I had recently said something on here about pay it forward because of you know, somebody reaching out and helping Jordan for her birthday, and then we pay it forward when we can. We just don't advertise it because we believe in the Bible and the Lord, and the Bible tells us you should not advertise. You should not. I'm not going to quote the scripture when right now it's not on the tip of my tongue to quote it exactly, but to put it fairly is you should not toot your own horn. If you do something for somebody, it is better to do it in secret, and the Lord will bless you openly. It's not a good idea to go around bragging on yourself that I did this or I did that. The reason that I say that we donate is because to let people know, if you find a community that we can donate to, let us know. And if we have extra items, we'll donate to those extra items, to that community if we can afford the postage on it. Or if it's somewhere close by, we can drive it. Another storm warning, Chris. I hope we don't. They were saying that it was going to warm up here, and I hope it does. The way our porch is, the sunlight hit everything and melted off everything except our porch, and our porch is still iced over, but it's crunchy so that we can walk on it. But then when you get inside the door and get that linoleum, Blaine told me when we got home, she said, Mom, please watch that linoleum. So what I did is while I was standing on the porch and she was waiting on me to come in, is I stepped one foot inside and took my shoe off and got my sock foot on that linoleum. Then I stepped it with my other shoe and I slung it off because they're just slip-ons. They're closed around my foot. They're Walmart slip-ons. But that way, if my socks got wet, so what? I can put on some dry socks. But the sliding, I did not want. That would be very painful. It is 30 right now here, Lucy. And I forgot where you are. I apologize. But we are in North Mississippi, and it got down to 27 as far as we know before we went to sleep. Now, I don't know what it was. Is that mine?
No.
What is that?
It is hot cocoa with whipped cream.
It looks like mine.
No.
Wait a minute, y'all. Hang on. Hang on. Can I have a cup?
I'll go fix you a cup.
Y'all see my cup she bought me? Because the medications, the steroids, all of this, not being able to exercise except for the contortions that I do. I'm an acrobatic.
You're not.
Did you see her mug and my mug?
A contortionist.
Mine's empty. She's losing weight because she's in Taekwondo. I can't take Taekwondo because I can't lift an arm or a leg that high.
You learn.
But
you have to stretch.
There's my cup. You have to stretch. Hold your mug up here and show them again.
That's only one of my mugs.
That's one of your bigger mugs. How big? How many ounces?
I don't know.
Let's see. Does this one tell? This is a 2.4 ounce.
I think this is like a 16 ounce. I don't know.
That is totally not fair. And then you're going to bring it in my room
and
slurp.
I got whipped cream on my nose. Excuse me.
2.4 ounces.
It's okay. I can have the cocoa because the whipped cream is sugar free. So it's okay.
Okay. So can I just have the whipped cream?
You can have whipped cream. It's sugar free, yeah.
That's not fair. Y'all know she bought me that mug. Portion control. That's what she says to me all the time. Portion control, Mom. I'm like, okay, but I have nothing to put in it. It's my hot tea I can have. Look at Diana. Kathy wants some hot chocolate. Blaine, Mississippi Ninja. Yeah. Blaine takes Taekwondo. So does her daughter and two of my other grandchildren. Somebody was saying last night on the live chat that they bet she could whoop somebody. And the answer is yes. She probably can, but not with Taekwondo. She could probably do it like with a broom handle or a baseball bat right now. I
could whoop somebody before I took Taekwondo. I just didn't have the proper form.
Right. So
because they were trying to teach me kicks and stuff, they're like teaching me how to punch. I'm like, I know how to punch. I don't know all these other.
She punches me a lot, and she doesn't mean to. Not a lot.
Punch you?
Who was it I told you about on the live stream the other night that said that? I think it was Sweet Tea that said every time she thinks about the mouse incident.
Yeah. I didn't punch you. I slapped you that day.
Or what we thought was a mouse incident was when we had our chairs in the living room.
Sandra said you need a portion to control.
That's right.
See, where I use my sugar-free whipped cream on top, she puts marshmallows on.
But if y'all look at my videos,
it's different.
If y'all look at the videos from where y'all first met me and look at me now with all the medications and stuff I'm on and all the things that have happened, there's nothing wrong with big people and there's nothing wrong with small people. But I'm having trouble breathing. I'm having pulmonary issues because of this. I'm having bone issues because of this. It's hard for me to walk because my feet are not used to carrying all this extra weight. So it's very hard. My doctors don't want me walking without my walker. And I'm like, I'm 50. I don't need a walker. You know, when I'm 100, I might need a walker. So it's very hard for me to walk because I'm not used to the extra weight. And since y'all have met me, I had started to gain weight from the shots they were giving me in my knee and in my arm of steroids. But then I had the 4 surgeries here and I had the 1 surgery on my neck. A lot of steroids there and stuff.
Chris is right. Don't scare me and I won't punch.
Blow you up. So look how big I am according to the way I was when y'all met me. And this is all medical. Mystery dinner was she had zuppa toscana soup, which is made in Olive Garden restaurant. I don't know if y'all have an Olive Garden restaurant there. It has potatoes, heavy cream, Italian sausage,
onion,
white onion,
and kale.
Yep, kale.
And it's the base of it is just chicken broth.
Right. But she makes hers more hearty, where at Olive Garden you get more liquid and less of the vegetables and the meat. So she makes hers a little bit more hearty so that you get full.
No, we're not sisters.
Mm-mm. No, she's my daughter. She is my number 3 daughter. I've got 4.
I am the number 1.
Okay.
I am number 1, no matter what. No matter what order we was born in, I am number 1. Yeah, she can have whipped cream, but I'm just saying she usually chooses the marshmallows because they actually have sugar.
Yeah, I like.
And
sugar.
She's a diabetic.
I like sugar,
so she likes a lot of sugar. I don't really like that much sugar.
Yeah. And the doctor that I used to have was getting on to me about my weight, and he was he's very large too, very tall though, large man. Where I had the first grand mal seizure. And I'm like, okay, doctor, you want to get on to me about my sweets or anything, but I can look in your little Miata that I'm wondering, how do you get in the thing? And it's got little Debbie cakes in the passenger seat, and your wife don't know about this. So he's like, you better not tell her either.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's like maybe a doctor that smokes trying to tell somebody quit smoking,
hey,
or a doctor that drinks tea to quit drinking.
Miss Terry's here now.
Hey, Miss Terry.
Well, I don't like marshmallows better. I like whipped cream. Sugar or not, I just love whipped cream.
I love sweets.
I could just eat just whipped cream and be happy. Even if it's sugar-free, it still tastes the same. I'm cool with that.
And then the doctors around here also want you to watch your weight. Like, I saw the heart doctor the other day. I don't like him and he doesn't like me. I'm sorry, y'all. It's my daughter. Hello. Hey, we're on a live feed. Not long. Why? Yes. All right. All right. Bye.
We love y'all too. See, I don't like sugar that much. Mom's always telling me don't eat too much sugar because you could become a diabetic because they're in our family. Like, I don't eat a lot of sugar.
How I became a diabetic was
I'm not interested in sugar that much. I'm more interested in carbs like pasta and potatoes, rice. That is my vice.
She concerns me with yeah, my hair's bothering me because you see this, you can't put this in my braid. It's not long enough, and I can only braid on the side because I can't reach back there. Even when I was skinny, I couldn't reach back
See,
there.
no, sugar's not a major thing.
What?
No,
what
unless
made,
it's in soda. In soda or coffee, yes, it is a major thing. But as far as food, nah.
how I became a diabetic is how I'm worried about her is I forgot to eat a lot of times until my sugar would drop and I would get the shakes. That's not good. That is hypoglycemia.
I don't get the shakes though. My sugar stays fine. I cannot eat all day long and just drink something, and my
then
sugar's fine.
All of a sudden, one night, I had been sick for about 2 or 3 days. I pulled a muscle in my neck, and Amy had come over to check on me and cooked me some red beans and rice. And I ate about a half a cup, and I'm serious, it was about a half a cup. And later on that night, my sugar shot up to 298.
Stop.
It was the night before
You keep shaking
Halloween,
it.
and my brother and sister-in-law came and took me to the ER. And the ER doctor accused me of eating candy. It was like, how much candy have you had tonight? I said, I haven't had any candy. He said, come on. Well, how long have you been a diabetic? I said, I'm not a diabetic. He said, yes, you are. Why are you sitting here telling me you haven't had any candy tonight at all? You have apparently eaten a lot of candy. I said, no, I have not had any candy because I've been sick. If you'll look at my records, I've been in here where they've been giving me shots because of my neck. And I haven't been feeling good, so I'm in bed most of the time. My daughters have been coming over and helping taking care of Jordan and cooking and cleaning and stuff. So he actually, ran tests on me and everything. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you how to get stomach content or anything to find out I haven't had any sugar. But the half of cup of red beans and rice, the rice, which is a starch, turns to sugar immediately in your body. And that's all I had really had in a couple of days where I didn't feel like eating. And so there went my sugar because I was forgetting to eat and didn't feel like eating. So if you get to the point where you're so hungry that you're shaking and stuff like that, and then you start eating again, it can throw you over from hypoglycemia to hyperglycemia.
Because you're shooting it from one extreme to the other.
Right.
I know carbs are like turned to sugar, but also carbs is what gives your body energy. And since I'm up moving around a lot, especially with taekwondo and stuff, then that helps me burn off some of those carbs so my sugar doesn't go up high.
Mm-hmm.
Just the way my metabolism works, I run it off before it can shoot my sugar up. Like the other night, we had something, or no, I ate something. I ate like some Alfredo for supper, and I had a big bowl of pasta. And a couple hours later, I had a bad headache and couldn't figure out what it was. So I checked my sugar. My sugar was like 106, which is normal. So,
Mommy. I'm on a T-square.
Okay, in a minute. Go back in there.
So anyway, well, I'm going to get off here because I want something warm to drink, and we've got to do Jordan's medical things. I'm probably going to drink some warm tea since I won't be able to have the cocoa with the whipped cream.
You can have the cocoa with the whipped cream because it's sugar-free whipped cream.
TNT Creations, Andrea.
Hang on, Mom.
Okay, baby, hang on.
Yeah, low blood sugar does make the pantry empty. I was in my Bible so deep one night, y'all, I forgot to eat. And I got so sick, I called my mom. I said, my head is hurting me so bad. She said, have you eat? And I said, I don't remember because I had been studying so hard. Getting ready I had been asked to give a message, and I was studying really hard. And I had been in there probably 8 or 9 hours. And when I called my mom, I said, my head hurts so bad. She said, check your sugars. She said, have you checked your blood pressure? I said, my blood pressure's been doing fine. She said, well, check your sugar. And I checked it and it was 43. She said, oh my goodness, Loretta, you got to eat. So she said, what have you got there that you can eat right away? Something small you can eat right away and bring it up, but you don't want to bring it up too fast. And I'm like, well, I've got some little puddings. She said, okay, we'll eat one of those. And I did before I ate the second one. And that one was before I ate the third one. And about that time, my head started hurting worse. My mom was on the phone with me. She's like, did you eat some pudding? I said, yes, I ate 3 of them. She said, oh my goodness, now it's going to go too high. And I'm like, but they tasted good and I feel full. So maybe my sugar will go up to a healthy level.
No, if you get you like a spoon of peanut butter, suck on that for a while. Bring it up.
Goodness.
Craziness.
I'm telling you.
And see, I'm doing good. I'm down 5 pounds because I've been trying to limit myself.
Sandra's leaving.
That's why I got my sugar.
Or
free
who's leaving?
stuff. Everybody's leaving because you said that.
Yeah,
you said we were leaving.
I've got to.
So who's leaving? Oh, yeah,
You
we're
can visit
leaving.
with them if you want to. They've missed you.
I have to go pick up medicines.
Yeah.
I don't get to stay
Let
here
me
yet.
see. What time is it?
6:25.
Yeah, she's got to go to Walmart and pick up antibiotics because Blaine breathing on me.
I didn't.
We're in the
know that.
early stages of strep throat. No fever.
Let me clarify. The doctor said mine could have been a false positive because my throat looks fine. Hers does not.
It does.
I just have sinusitis.
It does hurt when I swallow, and my ears feel like they got fluid on them. But that's about all. I think I've had a little bit of drainage. But Lamia just got over strep throat a little while ago, and then Leo had strep throat, and then pink eye. Bless his heart. It's always something. So I'm going to say I love you and have a good night, everyone. I'm so sorry about cutting the onion online, but life happens.
Cut a rug. It's okay.
Yeah, I can't cut a rug anymore. I can cut some yarn. So I love you all, and y'all have a blessed night. Don't worry about us. We're going to be fine. I just didn't want anybody to misconstrue what was on Facebook. And we will see y'all hopefully soon. Blaine and I talked about last night about the videos, about Lamia going to her dad every other weekend. We could possibly make videos while she's gone. And you may see us wear the same clothes, like if we do like 2 videos each week and then, release them on different days.
You don't know. I might come in here and change shirts and then
Yeah,
do
she
another
might
video.
change shirts and do another video in the same day and then it not be released for a few days. But we'll figure it out to keep Lamia from being on camera. And Jordan understands. She misses y'all. She likes to talk to y'all. She likes for y'all to see her so she can wave and
Just so
stuff.
y'all know, this is the Mississippi goodbye where you say you're leaving 5 times
Yeah.
before you actually do.
Right. This is where you ease to the door a little at a time.
And then when you get to the door, you stand there holding it open for 20 minutes.
Yeah, and let all the heat out.
Then you ease down to your car and sit there for 20 minutes with the door open.
Because the person inside the house follows you out.
And your daughter is sitting here going,
Y'all have missed her. Here she is.
here I am. All jolly.
Just she's tired, y'all. She's tired. And then she's got a busy week. Pray for her because she does so much. See, she's yawning. We love y'all. Good night.
Bye-bye.